Okay, welcome back. This video is called Long-Term Planning. Obviously, that's a fundamental of being a good teacher. And I'll start with a brief story. When I was first teaching, as you've heard in previous videos, I was thrust into a high school class with zero teacher training and zero prep. I was just trying to manage my fairly unruly classes and attempting to fill 6 hours every day in meaningful ways. Every night, I would literally come home and completely plan the next day from scratch, and it was extremely tiresome. And after several weeks of this, another teacher noticed and said, "Greg, you can plan for an entire week ahead of time, you know." And that literally may have been the best and the first bit of teaching advice I've ever received. My stress levels decreased just enormously. My job instantly got much easier, and well, it got more predictable. And the point of the story is that long-term planning over a week, a month, a semester, or even the whole school year is incredibly helpful, useful, and effective. Experienced teachers usually know the topics that they will cover during the entire semester and maybe the whole school year before they even begin the first day of class. They do this, of course, with long-term lesson planning, clear and concise syllabi, and above all, just by staying organized. And this promotes equanimity, a peaceful daily regimen, and the self-confidence that the semester or term is marching along according to a logical, predetermined pace. And this is also calming and assuring to students when they see, written or hear verbal long-term schedules of what they'll be learning. After all, didn't we all, in our first day of college classes, scan the syllabi to get a better feel of whether we even wanted to stay in the class or not? So we all do this, and we all need this. As new teachers, we can get so caught up in the perpetual, frenetic pace of prepping for the next day or next lecture that we can forget to take the time to plan ahead and chart a course for the semester. A few tips are, number one, ask an experienced teacher who teaches your grade level or subject for their long-term lesson plan or syllabi. Often it's very rare that they would say no, because especially if you're beginning and they're experienced. This will take away a lot of the stress of you trying to reinvent the wheel, and this lets you focus on, providing good lessons each day. Number two is begin with the macro level and then go to the micro. So decide first on which major topics you'll cover in the semester, then topics for each month, and then each week. You might not stick precisely to this, but having a guide will really help a lot. And go for quality, not quantity, as we say so many times. Your goal is to create a memorable and meaningful learning experience. Number three, don't go all the way to the other extreme and try to plan out every daily detail months in advance, because this will just tire you out and probably waste some time, because your schedule and future lessons will probably evolve and may have to be rewritten anyway. So don't go to the other absolute extreme. Also, as you grow in experience, you'll know how long a topic or theme will likely last and how long specific planned lectures or lessons will last. So that will help you to schedule immensely. And you'll inevitably have the flexibility and confidence to leave space in your week for unplanned discussions, events, and reviews. We talk about this in another video. And if that time that you leave, that space, is not used, then you have your back pocket exercises to sort of fill that time smoothly. And there's a video called Back Pocket Exercises in this packet, which gives you several examples of those. Okay, that's it for this video about long-term planning. Hope you got some useful nuggets.